Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the VG Purist. I'll be coming at you with a gameplay review of Midboss, and this is going to be developed by the people of Kitsune Games. So this is where you will kill your enemies, possess their bodies, and take their abilities as your own in this turn-based, procedurally generated death labyrinth. And each time you play, you'll get to start off as a new monster, but you'll be able to take with you perhaps some gear from your last gameplay. And I definitely have to say that it is a bit of good fun. However, I feel like it's a little bit limited in when you do have to start all over again. Therefore, it kind of takes away from the roguelike. But we are going to get into this game. As you can see here, I can check out my statistics right there. And as you can see, my turn count's 20,000. Experience gained. This is all overall. So mana spent, stamina spent. And you can even check out all the monsters you have killed. And there's a good bit of them. And also the forms equipped turn count. So this is what I stay in for the most part. And the imp is the base form. And then this is my economy, all the yarn balls. And so that is going to be the currency for the game, is yarn, and then crayfish for another type of currency. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. And these are all the types of weapons I have equipped. So this is the pretty cool stuff here. I can do the best that I ever had. But we are not going to go into it too much further. And another thing here is the death cards. Like you can see there, I have played quite a few times, and each time I've lived quite a good bit. But I think I did my best for this playthrough right here, which is the green card right there. Survived for 13,000 turns. And then these are kind of like when I just started playing. And the nice thing here is that I can check out my information. I got beaten to a pulp by an angry minotaur. And this is my stats for that, and then my items associated even in my inventory slot as well. So that's kind of the nice thing about it. And then the forms as well, and I can even do a replay of the same levels, so that now that I've kind of memorized where to go, then it'll be a little bit easier. But I don't like to replay things like that. I like to start anew and start all over. So let's go ahead and get into the game. Let's do a new game, and I'm going to select from my grave goods. Now, I did use my other two cards to get back the items, and for you guys here, I'm going to use my other cards. Now, you can only take one item from each playthrough, so you kind of have to choose, carefully choose which one you want to take from your death places. So hey, maybe you want to die 8 times, or actually 6 times here, so that you can fill up all 6 of these slots. That is entirely up to you, and I definitely kind of would recommend you doing that. But for now, we're just going to grab my 2, and I can only grab one of these equipment that I had gained right there. So I'm going to grab my orange item there. And yes, it is going to be denoted by what kind of color, and I like that. But the thing about that is that when you get higher up in the levels, the yellow items will soon replace your orange, purple items. And that's what I don't like. They should show the level of the items themselves, because it really makes a big difference. It really does. And I could actually choose anything, even my inventory. So even if I had it in my inventory slots when I had died at the moment. So you need to carry with you 2 different sets of equipment. One for regular attacks, physical attacks, and then another one for the magical attacks. And that's kind of what you have to think about here when you're playing through the game. So for this one here, it looks like I kind of favor my weapons. So let's go ahead and just grab... Oh, let's just grab one of these good little puppies here. This one actually is not as awesome. 10 and 8, or this one here is 4, which is kind of weak, but it's a dagger. But there's no other really good stuff here. So let's go ahead and just grab the... Oh, that sucks. Let's just grab that. These are all kind of sucky. So let's just do that. We're going to accept this, and then we're going to begin. So I can see there, I am going to begin to start all the time. I am playing as an imp. And they're like, hey, this guy's a wimp. And so now I'm like, oh yeah, guys, I will take over this dungeon. So the nice thing here is that you are going to possess these demons, and you have to kill them first before you go in and possess them. So there you go. And you can see your stats beforehand, but it's not going to matter too much, since you are probably going to go and possess them anyways. Gives you a little attack status here, and then your extra little skill that you get for becoming whatever you're going to become. This one here has Envenom, so I can poison a foe. here's gonna be my health bar and my stamina, and then the mana. And when I rest up, I can rest anytime I want as long as there's no enemies around, and they will give me back my mana. They won't attack me. As long as they're passive, then I can rest in front of them even. And then I can check my inventory. As you can see there, I actually started off without having my stuff equipped. Oops. But I am going to throw my stuff in there. The nice thing about this game is, as you can see there, the equip forms. So the Imp Plague Rack is not being able to be replaced. So I can actually get to something else. But I only have one form for the time being. And it is denoted by this here. So this is my stats. So strength. Since I am a small creature, then I only get times 6 to the strength, times 0.4 to the power, and so on and so forth. So whatever my stats are, let's say my strength is at 2, then it's 2 times 0.06, and that's going to be my overall strength. These are my known abilities, and then these are my equipped abilities. So when I am going to be getting into another form, then whatever I am equipping that with, then I'll be able to get the equipped abilities of the whatever I am, because sometimes there's more than just 3, sometimes there's 4, maybe 5, or even 1. So the next ability that I'll be able to learn is passive, plus 10 stealth. So let's go ahead and move up. The longer I stay in this form, the more form points I will get. So there's another little rat, and these are little treasure piles that I can get. So right now I'm busting all the items. The rats are passive, so they won't attack me right away until I attack them. Drop a little bit of identify skill here, and then let's go ahead and do this. So before I attack them, I'm going to hit the possess button. It does take some mana, and now I'm going to attack them. And the reason why I did that is because when I take them over, then what happens is I gain back all my health. So if he had taken some health off of me, then that would have been nice to get back all my health, because health potions and things like that, not easy to come by, and it's very, very few and far between. In fact, that's how you're going to be getting your HP restoration back, because when you rest, you only get mana back and not health. So that's something to think about right there. So I did grab up a dagger, and now these potions here. Now you can make it to where you have a custom gameplay in which you don't know what it is. I can use my identify scroll on it, but I'm going to go ahead and just drink it. So potion boosts accuracy. Now I know what it does, and so for the rest of the game, I'll know what that potion does. So let's go ahead and straight away attack that rat. Bust down all these crates. Now the nice thing is that I can get more items by trading with this fish. Now basically what I'm doing is all these crates have these fish that kind of pop out. There you go, see? And the crate fish adds to my crate count right here, 42. And that's not really a currency per se, it's just how many I freed. And so a little bit later on, if I get there, then I could talk to a kingfish or a crate fish king, and then he'll give me some items and prizes. Alright, let's go ahead and move on further. It is pretty important that I get these items right there. Now, like I said, it is a roguelike, and so once I do die, it's permadeath. But, like I said, I can bring over items from other gameplays. So I definitely need to be very careful in surviving if I hope to get very far. Now, when I defeat the game... Oh, there's an ability learned. So, as you can see here, I can get my underfoot. Now I get plus 10 stealth. And then now the next ability is Scurry, which is extremely good. And I can move additional space, equip one additional item, and change one additional equipped ability. And it only costs stamina, which is really great. Alright, so now I'm going to move over here and take down these little items. Sweet. Oh yeah, I should be equipping some of this stuff, right? Looks like I did not get anything better, so let's go ahead and carry on then. Carry on. But yes, when I am going to be moving about, and that's going to be the guy that I trade with, but we just talk about it, and I basically say, hey, you're a merchant that sells to heroes that come by, right? No. Alright, I leveled up. So here, my violence, it'll be my meta attribute, and I can level these up. So basically, it's all my attack here, and then this is my critical attack damage and minimum damage, and then my adamancy is my defense, physical and magical attacks, and then relentless linked to my HP, mana, and stamina. And so since this is permadeath, right? You want to get these two up no matter up. So I want more HP, mana, and stamina, and also want to make sure that I survive. And then for my last point here, I only have 3 points. I either upgrade violence or cruelty. So at this moment, I'm going to get violence to get more maximum damage out of my stuff. As you see here, this is my player level, level 2. Next level is going to be 10. And then right now I'm size small, speed. And then if you just hover over it, it kind of tells you exactly what each one does. But strength helps you with your physical attacks, powers for your magical attacks. Focus will help you with your critical chance and damage. And then increases your conditioning strength. And so your toughness, resistance for your magical resistance, and then toughness for your physical defense. Constitution gives you how many hit points, endurance for the amount of stamina you have, and then magic points for your spirits. So pretty cool stuff. Lots of in-depth things. And look, a shield. So let's go ahead and just possess that for the time being. Right now it has question marks, so I don't know what it is. Possess a flying shield, and this is the base stats for it. And my only critique is that it should tell you what size it is, if it's big, small, whatever. But I guess, like I said, it kind of doesn't matter because I'm probably going to do it anyway, right? So here I am, Flying Shield. The next ability will be Tough. Toughness increased by 10%. And I am a medium-sized creature, and I'm magical and mechanical. And the nice thing here is that now I can go back to my inventory. I'm a Flying Shield, and now I can equip a form, which is Plague Rat. Now, as you can see here from my Plague Rat, I have these 3 equipped abilities, and actually that's my imp right there. This is my Plague Rat, I'm sorry, and then this is Envenom, Underfoot, and Scurry, and then my next one is going to be Agility, which is +1 in speed. Now, I can move these equipped abilities around if I had more than just these 3, but I only have these 3. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my shield here and then put on the my Plague Rat. And as you see there, not only do I have the abilities for my shield, which is nothing at the moment, but I can have the Tough with this 10% increase in toughness, and I'll have my Plague Rat abilities, which is Envenom, Underfoot, and Scurry. So as you see there, I am the combination of the 2 creatures. Now, when I do that right there, I'll get so fatigued, and it'll reduce all my stats for 5%. But the thing about it is that if I want to stay as the shield, then what I really need to do is make sure that I find another shield and then transfer that so that I can eliminate that equipped formsness. So right now I'm just going to go up and kill this Plague Rat. So what I'm going to do now is I'm trying to learn my shield ability, which is Tough. And once I get that going, then I can get my Plague Rat a lot better up. But look at this, it's a bat, so that's kind of what I want more. So let's go ahead and go up to him. And then we're going to use my Possess ability. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest real quick. And then I'm going to attack him. Oh, I missed. 13, nice. And then I want to possess this vampire bat, yes. So now I unlock yet another form. And here is the nice thing here, Life Leech. He's a small size, and he'll have some really great abilities. Innocuous, stealth increased by 20%, whereas my Plague Rat, which is what not Scurry, but the Underfoot, which is only +10 in stealth. So it's actually a lot more sneaky than my Plague Rat. But if I really wanted to be sneaky, then I could just equip my Vampire Bat, and then if I get Innocuous, then it'll be +20%, and then I get my Plague Rat, and then I'll get the Underfoot with it. So as you see there, it's all kinds of funs, and I have to say that this game has some really good possibilities, but I will say that the limitation in the amount of monsters there are and the differences that there are in this game is somewhat lacking. There really isn't enough creatures to take over. And there's only going to be quite a few of them that are actually really good. I got some more potions. Let's go ahead and click reduce speed. That one there inflicted 15 damage. Ouch. And I better be careful. If this is any of these are poison, which it actually could be, then I'm going to die. And I don't want that to happen. Alright. So let's go ahead and just carry on. Oh, there's another vampire bat, which is great. So let's go ahead and take him out. And then, as you can see there, I'm going to go back. I leveled up, and I'm going to take him over. As you see here, my health was low, but now I'm back up to 24. Perfect. I leveled up, which is even more perfect. And let's go ahead and get the cruelty up now, so that I have my criticals, minimum damage, and conditioning strength base up higher. Good stuff. Also, you can have some. I didn't get any. Look, I started with this stuff, and I've been getting items, but I haven't been getting any boots or accessories. So you can get these tomes, and they do help you out of combat or in combat. And for right now, though, I'm just gonna go ahead and possess him, and then just continue and carry on and kill stuff. All right. So he didn't really hit me, so I'm just gonna let that go, and I'm gonna pop this treasure chest here. Well, I'm not getting any accessories. So there is a little bit of a RNG-ness, right? As with any roguelike game. Take him out. Hopefully I'll level up my next skill pretty soon. I love this vampire bat. And I'm not afraid to show it, guys. Alright, this vampire bat's really good because of all the abilities you can get. This, I think, quite possibly one of the better forms in the game besides being the Minotaur. Alright, I learned the skill Innocuous. Great, now I have plus 20% in stealth. But next is the dive attack. So I'll dive, physically attack my enemy in a range of 2, which is really potent and good. Extremely nice, because here I'm just attacking these enemy, but I can just go and outrun them and kite enemies if I need to. Alright, so I didn't learn all of my plague rat skills, but this vampire bat is better than all of that, so I'm gonna keep this on. The vampire bat, I could get the flying shield, but I don't know if I actually leveled it up. Did I? I did not. Look, I almost leveled up. So now this is where it gets a little interesting. Now look, there's another shield here. Now do I go and take him out, take him over, and level him up real quick so that I can get the toughness ability, or do I stay as my vampire bat? Now I could encounter things a lot more difficult, and that will cause a bit of an issue for me, but I really want that tough skill so I can kind of combine with my other stuff. But oh, a flame sword. Ooh, I might take that one out. Let's go ahead and take him over or possess. I think I might take him out. He's a little bit weak. Level up. I don't want to do it yet though. This might be the only chance to get a flame sword, but the flame sword isn't as good from what I've learned from my playthroughs, but it's just one of those things where it's just, boy, should you be this or that, right? I mean, you don't know. But like I said, there really is a bit of a lack of creatures in this game. Looking potion, a Vic 20, and this is going to be the fun of the game. I can go back to the retro, but it's easily taken away once you go to the options. And that actually cleared up a little bit of space here. Let's go ahead and start popping potion. Ooh, that one cures poison. That one drains stamina. And now that one reduced stealth. Okay, and so there's another potion. Reduces critical. Now these potions aren't forever or anything like that, so it's not a big deal whatsoever. That will wear off in just a little bit, which is why I did it now without any encounters or anything like that. Alright, ooh, a zombie. I really want that. I really want that. So I'm going to leave him alone over there, and I'm going to just continue on over here. Oh, look, is that something? Potion. Was that anything? Oh, it's an accuracy potion. Alright, so I really want to get this toughness going. Ooh, that's actually a mage caster dude. Oh, I need to get my mana back up. So let's go ahead and rest over here. Get my mana back up. And then I'm going to try to possess him if I can. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't. Okay, I got the ability. Great. So now I can take this cultist. Now, this is the nice thing about playing this game for a little bit, right? Now I knew that there was only one ability to be had, so it's the toughness increased by 10%, which is great. So here I'm taking over the cultist, and he's a magic caster, and so since I know he's a little bit weak in my physical, then I can actually put on the flying shield with him, and as you see there, I'll get the 5% of the reduced all stats for now, but the nice thing is that next time I'll be able to get this cultist and then be alright. Uh-oh, this thing might be a little bit too tough for me. So this is where chugging potions might actually be a good idea. And I don't know if I want to do this tome or rust. Yeah, let's do it like that. Okay. Trying to get this tome or rust off. There we go. Good stuff. Gosh, he nearly killed me. So the nice thing about him is that with the cultist, I can learn him, and then I will staff master, which any staves or wands will reduce my mana cost, or with the staves will increase my damage, and then I'll get my magic arrow, which is pretty nice. But I'm actually a little bit weak right now. Still, I think I'm alright. Get the acid bat here. Here's a altar. So Shrine of the Stack Maker. I can make an offering here, and so I think I'm gonna give the dude here a. I think the better the item, the nicer. Now it's the Stack Maker, so I believe he wants a stack, and I don't know if I want to give up my identification scrolls here. So I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave that alone for the time being. Ooh, larva. And you know, I'm just gonna take him out right here. I'm not too afraid. I really want to get my magic missile up if I can. It looks like I am a little bit maxed out at the moment. Let's just go ahead and just dump these potions. I don't need that. Alright, and here's the larva. Take that. Okay, let's get that potion there. Alright, so I'm just gonna run along and continue with my game. Oh, there's another cultist there. Ooh, that's good. That's good. I want to take him over. Die, punk! Yeah! Alright, the ability is learned. So I'm going to take over his body because I have 1 more HP left. And as you can see there, now my 5% statistics is gone. My little debuff. And now I've learned the magic arrow, which is great. And what I want to do now is I want to switch to a staff if I can, so that I can up my magic attacks or reduce my abilities. But I think it's better if I keep that going, because as long as one of the things are high, then that'll be good. Looks like I can do this here. Alright, finally a ring. And then this is not as good. I can actually equip that, but then it has a curse, which is damage -1, so that's no good. Alright, but I have learned everything I needed for this body, so now I want to make sure that I switch to another one. That's kind of the fun here. You can kind of mix and match, but again, the shortfall, not enough monsters. Now in the beginning, when you first start off, it seems like there's loads of monsters to take over, a plethora, but then you realize the lack. And that's kind of too bad. Now when you do beat this game though, you will be able to get New Game Plus. And the fun thing about that is that at least now you can choose whether you keep some abilities or not as well a little bit later on. Which is pretty cool. A chill envelops me. Oh no. What is this chill I have? I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and get these up. And I'm a medium-sized creature. I'm not sure what that chill is all about, but we will carry on. Ah, so zombies here. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to possess him, and now I'm going to just outrun him. The nice thing here is I have magic missiles, so I'm just going to kite him a little bit. Shoot him and then move. Shoot and scoot, shoot and scoot. But now I'm actually out of stuff. So at this point I am going to unpossess my guy like that. And then when I revert it back to the imp form. So what I'm gonna do here is go back to the vampire bat like that. And then I want to get the plague rat. And then the flying shield for now. And so I'll have all of my forms that I have, all 3. So the imp form is actually the strongest form. But the only bad thing about that is that normally you won't get back all of your life. I do have soul fatigue, But since I did get out of it voluntarily, I do get back all my life here. Now, if I was attacked out of my previous form, then I won't get it back. So here I have Life Leech. So we're going to use that for now. And attack it from a distance, kind of weaken him up a little bit. And unfortunately, I did not get my vampire up a lot. So let's go ahead and move up. We're going to do Scurry so that I can get some additional movements. Here's a dive attack. And I'll use my book. And this is the nice thing about keeping those books. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Now I can do it again. Nice. Hit him. Okay, I got Acid Pile, and then Tome Rust. Here's another magic arrow I could use. And this is precisely why you keep these books. Just in case you meet up with something a little bit more difficult, then at least you still have a chance. Tome Magic Arrow. Come on, guys. Oop, that's not good enough. Acid Puddle. And I think that's it. Let's just do an Acid Puddle right here then. Make sure he stands in it. And then I will Soma Rust him. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to possess that zombie now. Sweet. And right now I have poisoned. But that's okay though. I am now the zombie. And this is the thing though. I really want to go back to my vampire bat. I need this dive ability. As you can see there, it's pretty crucial. Oh, let's rest up. Make sure I get my mana back. Alright. But I am now the zombie. And this is a really good form too. Oh look, and there's a vampire bat that I really want. So let's go ahead and get him back. I'll change back to my other form, my zombie form back later on, but for now I really want to make sure that I have the dive attack. Alright, so this is the game in a nutshell. This is a pretty fun game, definitely. And honestly, when you are playing this game, I mean, it's just so much. It does have its limitation, and I think it needs a little bit more. But other than that, this game is totally playable, and I definitely would recommend this game to you guys. And so with that, thanks for joining me so much for my gameplay review. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and like my videos, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Woo! Look at all this gold.